Good morning and welcome to Saturday in the Kitchen. I'm Leona Dooley and this is Ebony Ivy Thyme. And on Saturday mornings, we are cooking in our kitchen. We're talking about things that are done in the kitchen for the kitchen. And also for our family. Let's not leave them out. And so definitely we want to do some things in the kitchen that's fun, that's encouraging, that's loving, and it's a little chilly out. So let's do something comforting this morning. So I am looking forward to having you right here in the kitchen, and I welcome you. Now, for those of you who are new and you just happened on the channel, then mwah, 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 I am so enjoying the fact that you are here with me. Hello, hello, Christina. I'm so glad to see you. Good morning. And we're going to get started cooking. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. God, everybody's in the house. There's always a good time. Is it cool there too? Yeah, I tell you what, the weather's changing. Hello, hello. And we're just ready to get back to what we normally do. And so I am so looking forward to all of you who are coming on, and those of you who are our regulars who are always here. I love that you're here. And you can see we have some changes that have taken place. And so I know you kind of lost me a little bit on Monday. Not exactly. I was there. You had that good homemade bread. Did anybody try the homemade bread? Oh my God, it was so good. And it's easy. You have 28 degrees. Oh, now that's cold. Okay, so we're going to get started because it's going to take us a little while to do everything that we need to do. Now, I'm going to end this. What we're making today is a Mediterranean bean soup, but it has so much in it that I am just, I know it's going to be great. And I think it'll be something that you'll want to add to your menu plan for this week. And all right. I love it, Ronnie. Oh, you're not afraid. You're not afraid. It is so easy. If my granddaughter can do it, you can do it. And she's only 14, so you can do it. And I showed her several times. She's been here with me when I've done it. And she did it for one of the holidays. How about that? I was just so excited. First of all, she was willing to try. And second of all, when the smile on her face, when everyone loved the bread, it was priceless. So what can I say? All right, I'm going to stop talking and we are going to start cooking. Let's get to it. Now, this morning, while we're getting started, now I'm in the process of chopping up an onion. I'm going to chop it up really, really, really fine. And I just want to show, I ran over to the grocery this morning. We have a local grocery, this here Food Lion. And if you don't have one in your area, but I'm sure you have a local grocer. I found the manager's special on chicken. I got, and let me find my little piece of paper. I got this, I told you to always shop those manager specials and go early so you can catch them. Now, I paid $5.44 for 10 chicken thighs, but they had legs, they had wings, they had breasts, they had all of that. But originally it was $9.06 for that package, $9.06. So I was just so excited. I mean, $5.44, that's just short of being a little bit past half. So we're going to, I've got them all ready here to go in the freezer. And I left them out so you can see that I had divided them, put them into some freezer bags. So we're going to take them over here and get them into the freezer. And I'm just hoping that this freezer has enough room, because that's usually the problem. I'm sure you run into the same thing of where sometimes you buy things with the manager's special and you may not always have the space when you get back and get carried away. All right, let me wash my hands after touching the bag. Even though I washed those bags off, you know, you have to be careful with chicken and any type of poultry. So I am just going to get my hands up. I've got good hot soapy water over here, and we are going to get started. Now, okay. Now what I'm going to do first, I've got my Cuisinart here. Take the top off and see if I can remember how to do it. I'm going to power it up to give it time. Okay, come on, you're on. Power up, up, up. Okay, I'm going to put him there. I'm going to add in a couple of tablespoons of oil. And this is olive oil. Just a couple. Get it started. I'm not quite sure why he's cutting out like that, but yeah, I don't have the timer on. I'm not sure. On. Okay, power 1. Okay, we're having a moment here with he's being temperamental. Pressing hold. Okay, I got you. On. Up. Power 1, 2. Keeps cutting off. I'm not sure why. Okay, guys, we'll work on that. We may have to go over to the stove if this decides not to do what he's supposed to do. Okay, that on, got the power on. What's going on here? I do not have the timer on. Oh, well, we'll figure it out. And if not, we'll go to the stove. So we're not going to let it hold us up. All right, so I'm going to chop my onions. I'm going to get these really finely diced because after this cooks for a little while, I really don't want to see it. So I am getting them as finely diced as I possibly can. And don't you love it when technology fails you and it doesn't do what it's supposed to do? But sometimes that happens. But you know what? We have backup systems with everything. Don't you love it? I mean, we have backup systems for work. We have backup systems for everything. Now, in addition to the fact that I was able to get that Advantages special, I was just kind of browsing around the store just to see what they might have. And they're starting to get their Thanksgiving things in, but there were no turkeys or anything like that in just yet. So I'll keep an eye out. You know, when I see them, I will let you know because that's what family does. Keeps everybody abreast of what we have. But I tell you what, going early, you will catch good manager specials. And that's what you want to be able to place in your freezer for your family. So we're just going to get our soup going this morning. I hope I have a friend who we have been together a long time, and she's a newlywed, kind sort of, and is learning to cook. And so we have been playing around with all kinds of all kinds of recipes. Can't get this to stay on today. I don't know what's going on. It normally works well. I'm going to try it one more time, and if not, we're going to move over to the stove because we do need to get this going. All right, let me get my scraper. All right, so I'm gonna add one whole onion, very finely diced, into our olive oil. And even though the olive oil at this point is not as hot as I would have liked for it to have been because of technology having issues, I'm gonna have to turn this back, and it's gonna have to go on the stove. Okay, so let's put it over here, and let me. I won't be stopped. Not today. Okay, so we got things going here. All right, so that's going to go. And I'm actually going to take you over there. So while we're doing that, it gives me a chance to see who's out here. And we just kind of have to shift a little bit. You know how it is when you're in the kitchen. If one thing doesn't work, we have to move. And that's what we're doing this morning. We are taking what we have and we're just moving it all over here. And you know, it's funny, I can stop and tell you this, but I was going to set up right here and I thought, no, I want to be able to use my induction cooker. Well, guess what? It failed me. So we're back over here to the stove. So it's good. It's good for you to know that when you're in the kitchen, you're having fun, be flexible, because certainly many times you will start to do things one way and you'll have to change your plan. And if that's the case, be ready. So I've got the stove here. I'm going to go get the other things that I need. And you all chit chat for a minute. Okay, we've got, I'm bringing over our ingredients so we can add them into our soup. And let's see, we're going to also add, you know, when you think Mediterranean, you want some Mediterranean sausage, right? All right, so we got that. We have some, we're going to be putting spinach in this, and you're going to get to use just spinach from the freezer, which is going to be great. So we're going to do that. So I'm getting I've turned this up just to be able to move it along just a little bit faster. And I'm going to kind of push those onions back just a little bit. And I'm going to add in the hot Italian sausage. Now, most of the time, I buy the Italian sausage as the links, and then that way I can just take out a couple of links and add it into whatever it is that we're going to make. But today, I decided I would add it already broken up, and this is a pound, 1 pound of Italian sausage. So I'm going to add that into our dish. Now, this is going to serve quite a few people. Or if it's just a small group, then you'll probably get multiple servings. Now, really, I could have probably added another pound in and doubled everything and put half in the freezer once it's ready. And then that way, we would just have to pop it out. But this morning, I didn't do that. So I'm just letting you know that's what you could do. All right, I'm going to throw those over there. Rinse my hands real quick. You know, we have to keep our hands clean. Keep our hands clean. So there we go. I'm going to break this up into the onion. I love this little device. This is what I use to break up my meat. And anything else I have in the pot that really needs to get broken apart. Hamburger, you want to, if you're planning some chicken or buffalo chicken and you want to do buffalo chicken sandwiches, this is a great way to be able to break that chicken up once you've cooked it. So I'm just breaking that up into pretty small pieces. Now, we have been waking up to some chilly mornings, and this is it's typical for October. I mean, we're halfway through the month, and I guess it's time for us to feel the chill. All right, so we're going to, I'm going to mix the onions throughout the sausage. Hope you guys are having a fun Saturday plan. We're going to take it easy today. We have been really busy working in the yard. We put mulch in and trying to get a few things done. We always mulch in the spring and mulch in the fall. And the mulch in the fall is really more of a touch-up, just so it looks nice. And because once winter sets in and you start to get the white stuff, then, you know, your mulch is going to go. You know, our leaves have been moderate at this point, but I know in November, everything's going to be covered. All right, so our sausage is cooking. I'm going to let that cook just a little longer. And like I said, I had taken everything over there. So I'm going to go and get our spices because that's what we need. Hey, I've got our spice jar. If there's anything you can think of that you might want me to include. What do you want to talk about Monday? We've got some things. Have you seen the short while I'm thinking about it? I'm doing some little shorts, just little short tidbits to be able to remind you of some of the things that we need to do in planning for the holiday, whichever holiday it is. Now, of course, we have two biggies coming up, but, you know, a holiday is a holiday. And so when you're preparing for a holiday, there are just some things that you have to do. Even if it's Easter, if it's the 4th of July, if it's your birthday, you got a plan. You got to have a plan. So here we go. All right. Now that was house seasoning. For those of you who didn't know, house seasoning. And that included, because I know I've got some new folks that are out there, and this includes the black pepper, garlic, onion, paprika. It's got ginger. It's got parsley, basil, thyme, a touch of rosemary, a little bit of cayenne, and salt. Salt is at the bottom. As with when you read a package, you know, the thing that's at the end of the ingredients is that item that has the least amount in it. If it's at the top, then it has the most in it. So there's very little salt in here. And the reason for that is so that I can adjust the salt because, you know, it's so, we have to be careful with salt. And we don't want to get too much. And some of the things that we're going to add into this may be just a tad bit salty. So that's why I have to be careful. Now, I'm looking. Noelle, hello. Good to see you. And Tally, Patricia, Susan. Well, I got Ronnie, Deb, Michelle, Emma, hello, our Duncan party, got Christina. I am just so glad all of you are here. All right, now I know you can hear that sizzle. So we are cooking with gas this morning. That used to be the thing my mom would always say, I'm cooking with gas. And of course, it was a thing to say she was doing a lot of cooking. But back in the day, she really was cooking with gas, as I am right now. We're using a gas stove. So it's funny how things catch on. All right. Now we have our sausage, our onions, a little bit of spice in at this point. Now I'm going to add, just because it's a Mediterranean bean soup, and you know how beans can soak things up, I'm going to add in about a teaspoon of granulated garlic, because we need a little extra garlic. Now, if you need to adjust your garlic or you want less garlic, you can certainly do that. I also have some basil, and I know that there's some basil in the sausage, but I want just a tad bit more. So I'm going to put in about a teaspoon of basil. And you notice I did this after I had already taken care of the meat and the onions, the aromatic is in there, the oil is in there. So we're going to give all of that a really good stir. There we go. All of that. Now I'm going to cut this down just a little bit, because when we start to add some of these other things in, I don't want it to burn. Now, we're going to put in, since this is a Mediterranean bean soup, Mediterranean is known for its tomatoes, lots and lots of tomatoes. So we're going to be adding tomatoes to our soup. Let me get those. Now I'm drinking over, this is a 28-ounce can. First, I'm going to put in, and this is where I'm deviating from the recipe. You know, our recipe is our starting point. So I'm going to add in a 28-ounce can of crushed tomato, because I like the flavor. And I'm going to actually use this. And I'm going to do what all good Italian mamas do. We got to put a little liquid in here, make sure we get all of that out. Okay, so I just swirled a little water in there. There we go. So that cleaned our pan out. Okay, I've got diced tomatoes. And you know, if you have little ones who prefer to have, who get a little finicky over diced tomatoes, you can certainly just do all crushed tomatoes rather than using diced. But we like tomatoes in our family, so, and I'm going to rinse this just a little bit. So because of that, I can safely put the tomatoes in. So that's a 28-ounce of diced tomatoes, a 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. So I'm going to put both of those in. I'm going to give everything a really good stir. Now, I like a hearty soup, and especially when it's cold. And we're going to add in some, I can see my spices. I'm starting to be able to start to get fragrant, and that's what I want. Okay, here's the trick ingredient. We're going to add in some diced potatoes. Now, did I cut them up? No. Let me tell you my secret. My secret is to keep bags of diced hash brown potatoes. Because when you have hash brown potatoes, you're getting your cube potatoes. And they come in these nice little cubes. And that saves you from having to cut them up. Now, if you happen to have potatoes that you need to cube and need to use, you can certainly do that. But hey, if you can get it done and get it done a little faster, then that's exactly what you want to do. So I'm adding in a couple of cups of diced cubed potatoes. I'm also adding in 2 rinsed cans, and these were 15-ounce cans of cannelli beans. So I got the potatoes in. I got the 2 cans of cannelli beans. Now, one of the things that the recipe called for were garbanzo beans. I didn't have any of those, so I'm just leaving those out. But I do have, it did call for red kidney beans. Now, if you don't like red kidney beans, you can do it all cannelli beans. Or if you prefer cannelli beans, you know, the red kidney beans, whichever way you like it, that's what you're going to do. So I'm going to add our red beans. And the only thing at this point that I'm really deviating from is the fact that I did not add the garbanzos. And you know, everybody doesn't like garbanzos. I think it's a texture you have to get used to. And I know my kids were not fans of garbanzo beans. So I am mixing these up. Now, it's funny, they like hummus, but just to eat garbanzo beans, even in a soup, they're not fans of that. And I'm going to try to bring you in so you can see, because I am looking at how much this soup has changed just since we've been working. Let me move you down. Oh, so you can get in that pot. Oh, wow. You all look at Christina's post that you must be in the hills, Christina. We had a chance to go to California this summer. Oh, snow starts early. Oh my goodness. Now I'm kind of letting our soup cook. Oh, it does smell good, Michelle. Hello, Equipped Institute. Florence, right? I'm glad to see you. Thank you. I enjoyed your show last night. Florence was out there. She did her first live last night. And oh my goodness, it was so nice. It's so nice. And I am just really thrilled. I was a little bit late because we were out and about, but as soon as I walked in the door, I turned on my computer and sat down. So I am so glad that you are here today. All right, I'm kind of adjusting you just a little bit. Sometimes my camera will tilt you, and I'm trying to make sure it doesn't. All right, so we've got our potatoes in there. Now I'm going to add in, just because this is a little thick. At this point, this is more stew than soup. So we're going to add in a container. This is a 32-ounce container of chicken broth. And I'm going to start to add this in. I'm not sure if I'll use the whole thing at this point. We'll play with it. And you kind of, it's about the texture. It really is about the texture. So you have to decide how soupy you like your soup. Now, the big guy likes soupy soup. And sometimes, and I'm more of a stew type person. I like it thick. So I have to find a happy medium between the two of us. There we go. Well, we're just about there. I think I'm going to be able to get the entire, I almost got the whole 32 ounces in. And I'm going to turn the heat up on this just a little bit because we're standing here with it. Now, I'm going to clean just a little bit. Now, what we're going to do, we need to fix something. So I'm going to take you over here. While this is coming and bubbling, we need to go over here. And let me bring you back. All right, there's our bad boo-boo. He just didn't act right this morning. Oh, it's not doing what it was supposed to do this morning. I'm going to have to fiddle with that. So, and see what was going on with my induction cooker. But that's okay. Now, I have my ninja here. And I'm going to use this cup and my camera. Am I as tilted as it looks to me? Looks like we need to level this out just a little bit. Okay, that does it. A little bit better. All right, so in here, I'm going to need some fresh tomatoes because we're going to make a tomato pesto. A tomato pesto. So I've got some fresh tomato. You rinse these off. And we're going to dice these up, taking the ends out, even though we're going to blend it, but we just want them chunked at this point. And we're going to put those into the blender. We're going to add garlic. Okay, put those in. That was one tomato. Okay, and we're going to do a second one. There we go. Now, you know, when you're cooking, you really do need to focus so that you don't have part of your hand in what it is that you're doing. All right, so I need how many tomatoes? Or fresh tomatoes for 2 to 3. All right, I'm going to do one more tomato. Now this pesto, we're going to drizzle in toward the end and let it simmer for just a matter of a few minutes. Okay, now, so that was 3 Romas that I put in. You use whatever tomatoes you have. That just happened to be what was on a good sale this morning, and I decided I'd go with that. And I need to throw some garlic in here. Like I said, if your family likes less garlic, then you can do that. So I'm adding, it says 2 to 3 large cloves of garlic. It said you can start with less. Now, so I'm going to put in about a tablespoon of my minced garlic. All right, got that in. And this I can toss right there. And making sure I have all the right ingredients I need, because I really appreciate it. Oh, we need our basil. Let's get our basil. And I'm going to use dried basil. It says that you can use 15 to 20 basil leaves, but I'm going to use it dry, just so you know. So I'm going to put in about a tablespoon of basil. There we go. Because we do like basil. And we'll put in some olive oil. We're going to add in about a ½ cup of olive oil. So I'm going to eyeball that. My container has little markings on the side. Now we need salt, pepper, and grated cheese. And of course, we want Parmesan because after all, it's Mediterranean. So I'm going to add in some Parm. And I freeze my cheese, just so you know. I freeze it sometimes as soon as I bring it home from the grocery. So I'm going to add in, it only calls for about a 1/3 cup, but I'm thinking I probably need to add I'm going to fill this up because I know it's going to, I'm going to add more, but not at this moment. Let's see if I can push some of this down. Okay, that's good. I'm going to push some down. And that way I can get more cheese in. Gotta have the cheese, girls. There we go. Got the cheese, salt, pepper. There we go. I'm going to give the soup a little turn while I'm over here. I got the pepper, got the salt. And we're going to put in about, I'm going to put in about a half teaspoon of pepper and about a half teaspoon of salt. There we go. Now, we're going to get this all closed up and we're going to get it blended so we can drizzle this in. And I already know it's going to be delicious. And I'm pushing this down. Technology, don't fail me now. All right, let's get it. Okay. Something going on. Look at this way. It is. I tell you what, I'm having issues here. It must be something with this outlet. Let me switch outlets. That is working, but we're going to move it over here because I know this works. You know, I know I haven't used this in a while because okay, hold on one second. I don't know why he's not working this morning. Oh, there we go. All right. All right. I just didn't lock it in as well as I should have. There we go. Okay, let me open this up and see if we have it. I'm having all kinds of technology issues. And I think it's user issue rather than the oh, it looks good. Let me taste. Oh man, that is so good. You can taste a little bit of the cheese. It's well blended. That's going to be amazing. I could just take a spoon to that and just the pesto itself. And it's a nice Now, you all know I've been in a different kitchen most of the summer. So because of that, I'm feeling a little disoriented, I guess you might say. Oh yeah, this soup is good. This soup is good. Now we need to make sure we stir this well. And I turned it up just because I want to be able to get a good flavor. And at this point, because it's had a chance to cook well, and just about everything in there, once you do the meat, once you have taken care of the onions, I mean, they're canned beans. They don't need a lot of cooking, but you know, how much you cook those, that's kind of up to you. The potatoes will come up very quickly. Now, what I am going to do, I'm not going to drizzle all of this in at this point, but I am going to drizzle a little bit in just so that we have those flavors and that freshness. So I'm going to drizzle about half in, because I think what I'm going to do is that, that's good. Once I prepare the bowls, I think I'll drizzle in a little bit of the pesto, and it adds a creaminess. I don't know if you can see how the color has changed. Bring you down so you can see, get you in that pot. And turn you the right way. There you go. And get you in the pot. You can see that it has really, it's lightened it, made it creamier. Oh, wow. Oh, this is going to be so good. Now I'm going to let this bubble while we work on a sandwich. Now, to be honest with you, when we have tomato soup, we like grilled cheese. And so I'm going to turn on the broiler and start. Have to learn how to use stove all over again. You know, when you switch kitchens, that's what happens. All right, I'm going to grab a pan that I already have oil in, and we're going to, I have some pitas that I need to use. So I'm going to put these pitas together, and we're going to put together a sandwich. I'm going to do that right here while our soup is going to be boiling and, well, simmering, not so much boiling. There we go. So you can see it. All right. So I'm going to move we won't need this other container of chicken broth, I don't think, unless it gets terribly thick. Now, you know what I have to put in is the spinach. So that's going to have to go in before we eat. So I think I'll go ahead and add the container. Now, this called for 10 ounces. 10 ounces of spinach. And this bag is a 10-ounce bag. So we're going to put in our spinach. I'm going to add that in. You know, you got to have the green. This is a meal right here in itself. Right here. All right, guys. Now, very gently, because our soup is up there at the top, I'm going to put our spinach in. And I purposely thawed it so that it wouldn't take long for it to cook. So the spinach just adds another layer of goodness. Oh man, I wish you could, I just wish you were right here and could have a bowl, because I know this is going to be good. Okay, there we go. I'm going to continue to stir that. I'm going to give that a minute to to bubble while we put our sandwich together. Okay, so let that sit. All right, I'm going to get this. These peas have been sitting in my pantry. And you know, sometimes things that go in the pantry you kind of forget about. So, and that's kind of what I did. I forgot it. And so I'm going to cut it in half. Let me bring my cutting board over. I'm going to slice it in half. Open it up. It was supposed to be open. Supposed to already be sliced. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that or not. Okay, we're just going to have to cook him the way he is. He is not sliced. And you know, I didn't look for it to say sliced. I just picked them up. All right, I'm not going to fuss. We've got some black forest ham because the big guy likes ham. And he likes the ham on his grilled cheese. It's going to be time for brunch in a little while. That's exactly what we're going to be doing. We're going to be preparing brunch. And we have a new neighbor. And I'm thinking that, you know, it might be fun to, she's just now moved, she and her family are just moving in. It might be fun to take them a little soup. So I'm going to take a little bit of this black forest ham, put 2 slices down. I'm going to put a little cheese, and I've got sharp cheese, just because that's what the big guy likes is sharp cheese. You have to go with what you like. I know a lot of people, I would have gotten provolone, but I thought, okay, I'll just go with the sharp and be done. So I'm going to put 2 slices of sharp. And I like just a touch of mustard. Let's see if I have some. Mustard. I got a little bit. Grated poupon. That's what we want. Grated poupon. There is no mustard unless you get grated poupon. Yum. All right. I'm gonna clean spoon. All right, we got our thing in the back of my spoon. Just because I wasn't going back in the cabinet, I'm spreading it with a little bit of grated poupon and covering it. That's one, and I'm actually going to cut it in half. Okay, so that's 1 and 2. I'm going to make one more. We'll cut this in half. A little grated poupon on one half. Get our black forest ham, 2 slices. And a little bit of cheese. Gotta have some cheese. These are 2 thin slices. Okay. Now I'm going to slice this in half. Now the only reason I put it in the oven is because I want the cheese to melt, get nice and melty. So I'm going to put this in. Now don't you all let me forget it. As you know I will. I'll get to talking and forget all about it. Oh, girls and guys. Woo! This is delicious. Oh, I haven't even tasted yet, and I already know it's going to be good. Oh, man. I told you this recipe my girlfriend had fixed, and she made it sound so good that I just knew it was going to be something I was going to have to fix and fix it quick. And Deb says she likes her baby Swiss cheese. Oh, I like that too. I like that too. I'm a cheese girl, so I can go with just about any flavor of cheese. Now, if I'm going to eat cheese and crackers, I want the Swiss. I mean, I want either Swiss for kind of a more neutral flavor, or an extra sharp cheddar. Oh, that's so good. Okay, now I'm going to move this because I'm going to bring the bowl over. We got to do some tasting. Move that out of the way. And keep this here just to keep the counter clean. Can you all see that? Oh, bring you down. It's not about me. It's about the soup. Let's get that soup in there. Oh, yummy. Look at how thick and juicy and soupy it is. Oh gosh, that's gonna be so good. Let me go. I'm gonna get my cup. All right, I got my cup for my cup of soup. I know the big guy's gonna have to have a bowl. Now I'm gonna take my dipper. I'm going all the way down in there because I want a little bit of everything. Bring it up. And because I don't necessarily, I want all the goodness, all the goodies that are in there. Okay. Now, wipe that off just a little bit. I'm going to let that continue to simmer. Let me check on our sandwiches. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Towel. Our cheese is melted. We're ready to go. It's even talking to me. How about that? Okay, grab a saucer. Woo! Honey, y'all better come on and get a bowl because this is going to be good. Let me grab one of these sandwiches. Oh, good. Got my soup cup. Turn that down because I'm going to turn my back on it for a little while. Give it another stir because we're dealing with beans and potatoes, and those things will stick in a minute if you don't keep an eye on it. So if you walk away from it, make sure that you turn it down just a little bit. All right, so let's go over here. We're going to come over and we're going to sit down. So bring you in, get you up a little bit. Okay. We're going to actually sit at the table. And everything right there. Turn you enough. Okay. Bring it this way. There we go. I don't know if I have it down low enough for me to see, but I do have a spoon. All right, we got the spoon. I don't know why this thing wants to be crooked today. Looks crooked to me. I don't know about you all. You know what, guys? You all ought to quit. I wish I was slimmer. I am forever on a diet. Forever. It's a continuous thing on the diet. Okay. Now, forgive my table. It's just, I got my computer. We've been messing around a little bit and visiting here and there. And I wanted to I didn't want to miss my Saturday morning. Oh, I can't do that. Now, so let's see what it tastes like. Ah, I want you to see down in there. Oh, does that not look good? Ooh, this is going to be a great mouthful. Mmm, Let me get you down. Come down so I don't have to. There we go. Bring you down. Now, there we are. That's better. All right. So we got soup. Oh, let me tell you, this is so good. To my buddy who I know is out there, this is a Mediterranean bean soup, and it is absolutely amazing. And I pretty much followed it to the letter, other than when we got to the tomatoes. I used the crushed tomatoes rather than using all diced tomatoes. And you know, I like the texture having both. I think the crushed tomato just kind of gives it more of a tomatoey base and thickens up that broth very nicely. But it's nice having the bites of tomato in that cup. Mm. Mm. This is so good. You saw how quick that came together. Fast. I am all about practicality. You know, we want to be practical. We want to do things in our kitchen that are going to be fun, and we want to have fun when we're cooking in our kitchen. We want to know that when we put things together as the home cook, you know, that's kind of our job. Part of our job as a home cook, to find that happy place where we can just get in the kitchen, get our tune on, whatever that song may be that we want to sing or we want to listen to or dance to, whatever it is. And we want to be able to do that right here in the kitchen for ourselves and for our family. Let me take a bite. Mm. 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 This is perfect for a football day, because I'm telling you, in fact, we used to follow my daughter's team. She was a cheerleader and a dancer. And so we went to every football game, every basketball game. We were right there. And we would take thermoses filled with soup, because, you know, especially at a football game, you're going to get cold. Now, what we started doing was tailgating. And so then we'd make a large, a massive size of whether it was a good vegetable soup or a good chili or something hearty that we could put together. Maybe have some hot dogs and put all of that together, take it with us, tailgate, and then go into the game. And you know, tailgating, it really is a lot of fun. Shoot, I got family that even barbecues at the tailgate. And then we go early and they barbecue and do all kinds of cooking, hamburgers, hot dogs, you name it. And then we all pack up and go into the game and have a good time. So these fall Saturdays are going to be great. And, you know, I feel that is, as a home cook and as Ebony Ivy and Thyme, that we need to make sure that I need to make sure that I have given you recipes and suggestions of things that you can pull out of your hat so that when it's time to put something together, you're ready to go. Now, we've been together an hour, and you know what? I'm telling you, this is going to be one of those soups that I'm definitely keeping. It takes tomato soup to a whole new level. I forgot to drizzle my tomato pesto on top, but I'll certainly do that on the next bowl because that's coming. And I will have both the recipe, some pictures, and some goodies in the description box. And you know, give me a few minutes after this is over to give me time enough to get everything thrown in because it takes a little bit of time. So I'll make sure I do that for you and have it ready to go. I am so excited that all of you are here. I'm glad to be back in this kitchen, and it's my happy place. So we have a lot planned. As you can see, I've got fall decor that's in already, and I was talking to a buddy, and you know, before we know it, let me show you. We're going to be working on something else. Now, I'm going to let you peek. It's not ready. Not ready. You see what's sitting over there in the corner? Oh, I can't wait. Christmas is coming. And so we're going to be doing some decorating together. And you know, here it's all about doing things in the kitchen, for the kitchen, and for our family. And I hope your weekend and your week is absolutely blessed, and that you do fun things with your family, things that you know you'll remember and they will as well. So serve something good. My microphone has gone out. Did it come back? Okay, okay. Can you believe it? Technology, we gotta love it. Let me push there. Okay. Okay. Okay, is the mic back? Thank you guys. Have a blessed weekend. And I'm going to see what's going on with StreamYard. All right. Have a good one. Mwah.